friendos, friends, friendships. We are in the year of Shadow. I didn't say that, Sega did. But I want to talk about what we need to happen in Sonato Generations, because I do believe we're going to get at least 2 hours of Shadow content. So here's just some stuff I would like to see. For one, I would like to see 06's Hear Me Out. I already hear you clicking buttons. I would like to see 06 Shadow's gameplay style return, where it's, platforming, obviously, because we're in a Sonic game, but I would like to also continue to get frequent breaks of enemies getting their asses kicked, like in 06. That's one of my favorite parts of Shadow's playthrough. The combat in that game was, pretty bare bones, but like we're living in a post-Frontiers world. And by extension, we should not expect that caliber of combat in Shadow's portion of Generations remake, but something along those lines, just the pacing and everything, just to keep the flow going. And since this is a Shadow game, we are just going to get absolutely bombarded with his PTSD. So expect to hear stuff about Maria, how he's moved on since then, because this is the first time we've been able to play Shadow in a game, since Forces, but as a continuation of his character arc since like 06. This is exciting. This is hella exciting, and I would just like, I would like that to be the core theme of Generations, because we're obviously going to explore it. We can't get Shadow without exploring it, but I want to focus on how he's changed and how he's unaffected from the past, more so than just reliving his past again like we did with Sonic in the original Generations. If we do get a rival battle with Shadow, and it's the final chase, is that what that's called? Right, Final Chase. If it's Final Chase from Adventure 2 again, I would like. I think that'd be cool, honestly, because we get to play it from Shadow's perspective the same way we did in the Dreamcast. But I would want something new if we're gonna include Sonic in Shadow's story. Like maybe just have them straight up scrap it out. Like that would be awesome. Just had them two niggas boxing for a reason. I'd be super down with that. But like the Final Chase cutscene, it's so iconic. That race is iconic in the franchise. It has to be there in some capacity. I want the original version of For True Story. I didn't like the Gens remix as much as the original. I want For True Story in its Euro bass fullness to come back, man. Like it's just such a good theme. It's such a good song, bro, and they updated it and it lost all of its charm to me. I think more than anything though, I want Sonato Generations to set Shadow up for the future of the franchise. There has been very little to like move this character forward since 06. And I think that's honestly partly, well, really mostly because Sega makes all the decisions. That's all Sega's fault, because he was introduced as, the foil to Sonic in almost every way. And then we go through Adventure 2 Heroes in 06 that gives him more of a complete character arc. And then he along with the rest of the cast, essentially vanished from Sonic in the mid 2000s all the way up to Forces. And even in Forces, like the story we got with him was like side content that took place, I think everything except for Shadow's last mission in episode Shadow from Forces took place before Forces did. So we really haven't gotten any real growth from him. He's just been super edgy. He has to be the opposite of Sonic. Don't write him any other way. Like he was a caricature in Boom, and that's because everybody was a character in Boom. But like in IDW, it's just been, super edgy Shadow, even edgier than he was in Adventure 2. And I mean, that's kind of hard to top because that was 2001 peak edge. And I would just like to see, if you're gonna make a game about him overcoming his past, I want to see that reflected in the future projects. Like we do not need loner drifter cowards run I win Shadow anymore. Like, we really don't. Like, that's cool. It's cool that we got it, but the super edgy Shadow, after giving him a full arc where he's not like that anymore and explaining that he doesn't want to be like that anymore, is kind of asinine in my opinion. But I want Shadow after this year to be a complete character again. And then they can do it. They obviously have the capacity. But Shadow, to me, has always been one of the more dynamic characters. Like, you know, Knuckles is a pretty flat character. It's like, I'm the guardian of the Emerald. I'm socially awkward. I don't really get the norms. And, you know, I'm kind of serious. And, you know, Tails is just the boy genius. Sonic is who he is. So, like, seeing a character with a lot of, like, personality and variety is always cool. Plus, Shadow's my favorite character in the franchise, so I think that'd be dope to see, too. But I just want Generations Remake, Generations HD, Sonato 4K to, like, move the character along, please, and just canonize that. Because what we've been getting is just like, oh man, it's Shadow. He's cool to look at because he's my favorite character. How is he gonna brood this time? What flavor of I don't care are we getting today? Like, you know, just a little bit of progress. For the rest of the game, I'm pretty sure the Sonic portion is gonna be largely the same, if not exactly the same, just prettier. And that's fine because that's what I'm expecting. But for Shadow's part, I would like this game to move the character forward at a precipitous pace. Dear God, please give us something. But those are my thoughts, man. Y'all excited? You know, talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all want to see. What are your expectations? What are your desires? What are your wants, your needs? I will be reading. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.